What's up, everybody? I'm MrActiveAlways, and today I want to talk about the console wars. So, of course, there was the big news last night, which I don't know when you're watching this, but Wednesday night, that Microsoft was dropping the DRM policy. Basically, you can play pre-owned games on the Xbox One, and you don't have to check in every 24 hours like they said previously. So to me, this was obvious. I knew it was gonna happen. 'Cause you can't have that on one console and then your competitor not have it, and it'd be better. So they did the smart thing. They changed that policy, and it helps people for one because a lot of people like playing pre-owned games for whatever the reason. It's cheaper, or their friend lends it to them, their friend gives it to them, whatever. But a bunch of people play pre-owned games, so that made a big difference. Plus, the 24-hour thing is a little bit bigger of a deal in some cases, because some of the gamers are thinking, well, I play every day, that's no big deal. But the people that have to work every day and are a little bit more busy may not get to play every day, so that could be a problem for them. Or say you go on vacation with your family or whatever, go on vacation for like a week and you can't play, that's a problem. So they changed that. To me, they made a smart choice there. But while we're on the topic, I just wanted to talk about the console wars overall, like everything that's happened and who I think is winning right now. So basically, the console wars, they really started at E3. You could say that they started at their own little press conference thing, but let's be honest, both their press conference wasn't the greatest. So so they started at E3, and I guess the first thing you think of, I don't know if the games that Microsoft showed were exclusive to Xbox. I'm not sure. I'd say probably not, but if they are, then whatever. I give the edge to Microsoft in the games that they showed. Um, I'm not saying that Sony didn't show good games. They did, but Microsoft showed the better games. I think Microsoft showed a lot better games all around, and Sony showed a couple good games. One thing that I've seen was Sony showed a lot of animated games. I'm not talking about whenever they said that they were doing it for the smaller developers. I'm saying like whenever they showed Infamous, like the first wave of games they showed was all animated. Anyways, I give the edge to Microsoft in the games that they showed. So next is a rumor that's going around. I'm sure a bunch of people's heard it. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but there's a rumor that the PlayStation can run games noticeably better than the Xbox. And I'm not real techie, so I'm not exactly sure on the specs. But I think 7 out of the 8 gigs of RAM that PlayStation has is dedicated to video games. And I think on the Xbox it's like 5 out of 8 gigs of RAM is dedicated. That might be wrong, but it's something to that effect. That Sony's got more dedicated RAM to video games. So, you obviously got to give the edge to Sony there. If they can run video games better, then 1 point for Sony. Next thing a lot of people are having trouble with is that Microsoft is focusing more on making it a living room machine more than a video game machine. So, in a way, it's a problem. If you look at it from a gamer, like say you're a teenager just wanting to play games, that sucks. You don't like that idea, because it makes you worried that they're not going to be all focused straight towards video games. But then again, if you think about the ideas, they're pretty good. They showed the whole fantasy football, or fantasy sports, I should say. Fantasy sports thing, that's a great idea. If you play fantasy sports, that looked awesome. But back to video games, if you play video games and don't care about sports, then you're like, whatever, throw it out the window. So, in some people's opinion, that hurts Microsoft. Some people, they like it. Some people, they don't care. That's whatever. But the thing is though, if you're a family, or say you're a parent that plays a little bit of video games, and then you have all the apps and everything that you need there for the Xbox, that might be something that would sway your opinion to Microsoft instead of Sony. It's whatever. Uh, there's one big thing that stands out to me, and it doesn't matter what happens, is the price. PlayStation at $3.99, Xbox at $4.99. So some people are buying both. Some people are just Xbox fans. They don't care what the price is. They're gonna get an Xbox. It's not exactly them. There's a couple people, whether it be that you're buying a console for the first time, or that you're a parent buying a console for your child. You're gonna go to a store and see that the price is cheaper for one than the other, and you're gonna buy it. If you go to the store and see that there's $100 price difference on one console than the other, you're obviously gonna buy the other one. It doesn't matter what games come out, because there's some parents that are gonna go buy a console and have no idea about video games, and they're just gonna go buy the cheaper console for their child. So a lot of things. There's rumors going around that the bundles are going to be better for whichever way. I think Sony said that there's a bundle, or I don't know if Sony said it, but I think it's on Amazon or something, that there's a bundle with the PlayStation 4, I think Battlefield 4, and like $10 off of PlayStation Plus. So I mean that's a good deal. I guess you're saving $10. But if back to the parent thing, if Microsoft could release a bundle that had 3 games in it, and then Sony released the bundle that I just said, and still the parents are gonna see that the price is different. Some parents out there don't know anything about video games, don't know how much the price usually is. They're just there getting it for their child, and it's not gonna. Yeah, that's just not gonna help a thing. But overall, in my opinion, I think Sony's still winning the console wars. For the price, if their console's gonna run better, and I'm sure the games that Microsoft showed, I'm sure most of them will be for both consoles. So, real quick while we're on this topic, I just wanted to give a couple games that I'm most excited for that you've seen at E3. So, for me, I think I might be like the only one, or not the only one, but like a smaller crowd. The game I'm most excited for is Dead Rising 3. And I played Dead Rising 2. I like the game, but it wasn't enough for me to be like super excited for the next one. But for some reason, right when Dead Rising 3 popped up on the big screen, I was like, all right, I'm in. And the game looked like it played awesome. Added with the fact that there's not going to be any loading screens, that's just as good too. So there's that, and the Division. I like the Division a lot too. But leave in the comment section what game you're most excited for. Leave 1 or 2, 3 games, whatever you want to do. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks everybody for watching, and